a pen, ribbon, some scissors, a round object, glue stick, polymer clay, elastic string. The first thing you are going to do is decorate your small box. And since this was a pet celebration set, I did a paw print with blue ribbon. And the way I did the ribbon was I cut 4 pieces of ribbon, and I glued part of it to the inside, and I just centered it and then brought it around the back, because the bottom, you're not going to see it. So then for the top, and then I just covered it in scrapbook paper. Then for the top, I covered it in scrapbook paper as well, and I just lined it up the way I wanted it to be, which was like this, and made sure and glued down this part of the ribbon on the side so that I knew where it would be. And then I just matched them all to the center and glued them on the bottom as well. And once I did that, I decided to be cute and added a little bow, and this also covered up the seams where the ribbon meets. So yeah, and that's all you're going to do for the first step. So now that you have your circle cut out, just cut a slit to the center about. I think that's good. And then all you're going to do is you're going to start curling it around to make this cone shape, and then use your glue stick and glue it in place. Alright, so now you should have your cone shape, and the next step is to just cut tiny holes on either side of your hat, like so. And these holes are going to be for the band that will go around your doll's head. And I'm going to just cut some string. So remember, this is elastic string, so it doesn't really matter how big you make the band. But I'm just going to estimate an inch, like that big. Cut my string. And then you're just going to go, I'm going to go from the outside, but you don't have to. Thread it through the hole and tie a knot. And repeat this with the other hole. So now we're going to make the cupcake treat that's sold in the set. And if you have one of the new dogs, then you probably want to be able to hold in your mouth, which is one of the features. And that's why I have the magnets, because Mandy's getting a dog for her birthday. So yeah, for the cupcake treat, I'm using this light yellow clay, and it's just the brand that Michael sells. So I'm just taking out a small portion and starting to condition it. And you're going to do the same with the pink. Alright, so now mine's pretty conditioned. So I'm literally just going to shape a cupcake bottom, I guess. And I actually have some clay tools to help me out there. So I'm just going to make a roundish shape that sort of comes in at the sides. Just run out the fingers a bit. And it's going to have a flat bottom. Like so. And I'm going to bring it in at the top as well. And you don't have to use this much clay, but I want mine to be pretty thick. So it should look somewhat like this, and if you want, you can even add a few lines like so to look more like a wrapper. Right. Once you have your frosting lump, all you need to do is squish it onto the rest of your cupcake, like so. And then you can shape it more if you'd like. But the next step is to flip your creation over, take a magnet, and make sure that you have something nearby to make sure you know which side it sticks to. And mine is the side with a little lump in it. And you're literally just going to press it in to your clay, and then make sure you go back. Got another color in it. Make sure you go back and make sure yours still looks okay. Now you're going to make the dog treat that's also part of the set. So I'm going to take a good sized amount because you have to make the top and the bottom of the cake. And for this part, it's important to either have a knife or a sculpting tool like this one that has a good edge for carving, because you're literally just going to carve a bone shape out of your clay. So now that you have some conditioned clay, you're going to roll it out to a nice sized ball, and then just press it down. And you don't want it too thin, but you want it to be pretty big. Right. So I've got my thickness, and all you're going to do is you're going to take one of your tools and just sort of outline a doggy bone shape. Like so. So once you have your first dog bone shape, you're just going to repeat the process and make one more.